what it is, and welcome back to the channel. I'm always ready, and in this video we have a demo from Vercidium, and it's about ray tracing. But what if I told you that it wasn't about these amazing visuals right here? And this looks amazing, but no, we are talking about ray traced audio. So let's get into it. I'm going to hit escape here and quickly run to the settings so you can see what we're working with. I was a bit confused at first, so I'm just going to go through how it works for me so that way you can get like a head start on playing around with this. But pretty much we're going to go from the top down. That deals with like the visuals, like the graphics. And then we're going to come down and mess with audio, right? Because this is ray tracing. So we're doing the same thing that you're used to with rays and sample counts and bouncing and all that kind of stuff, but we're doing it CPU bound, not GPU bound. It's not necessary. And I would argue is, you know, it lives like it should on the CPU. So we're going to give the CPU more work. But right now, from the top down, we have shadow quality, the shadow cascades, our graphics settings. Then we have the max FPS overall. We have the occlusion ray count. Now, if I understand it correctly, this particularly right here is for the audio setting, and then the occlusion bounces is for audio. The permeation, the occlusion is just the audio being like blocked by like, okay, something's behind this tree, for example, and the tree is occluding the audio from that sound. Then you have permeation, which is sound going through materials, for example, like cloth, or even maybe through some of these leaves over here. You have the bounce, which is the audio going off of the rock back here, off the tree, off the leaves, off the ground here, that sort of thing. And then there's some settings for these, like the counts, how much, the reverb. So think of that in terms of like echo, right? Like it's hit one and it's hit another and it's hit another, like that reverberation. And then we have something, the ambient permeation ray count and the ambient permeation bounce count. So just what's there, and then the refresh ray count. Well, I take the ambient is just like the environment overall, right? So you can control a lot of how the interaction is being done here in the testing. And he does have it to where you want to see what you're working with. So for example, as you can see from this setup, it's running roughly, let me reset that, 1% low, so annoying. It's running roughly 144 FPS in this scene. I am using a 12700K for my testing. It is just held at 5000 megahertz. So taking up 14.6 gigs of RAM. I got other stuff going in the background. Anyway, but again, only the ray, the bounce, the permeation analysis settings affect the CPU based audio ray tracer. Everything else, I can't remember if this was his own engine or just like Unity based. I thought he was using, or they were using, or making their own engine. But again, top half graphics, bottom half audio ray tracing. There is that one toggle for, let me go back up here, water reflections. This is not going to be ray tracing off of the GPU as I understand it. It's going to be screen space. So correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that's screen space reflections. But that's the only thing that's tied to that. I am going to turn on the audio visualization. That is only at this point of my testing going to affect the rabbits bouncing around, but we'll see that in a second. All right. let's run around now. I had to hop out of the game and back in. I don't know how I like disconnected from my character, but you can change the day-night cycle up here. So yeah. Anyway, hold the shift to sprint. Oh, and all right, so we're just auto collecting here. Oh, let's go hit this big mushroom. I'm gonna look for some. Wow. Am I hitting it? Okay. It's like, what is happening? Is this the edge of the world? Okay, it is a boundary. I was just making sure. We want a no clip. Oh my god. Anyway. Nice rays coming through here. Let's see. We're gonna turn the audio visuals back on. Like I said, I had to hop out. The shadow quality we can play around with, which is awesome. A nice visual right here by this tree. There we go. All right, so the shadow quality. Okay, we did dip. Let's just leave it there. That looks pretty cool. The shadow cascades. Oh, you can see. Okay, boom. That's what we had there, right? 4. If we max that out, good lord, doesn't seem like it really benefit from if we crank that all the way up, right? You can see the cheats though. All right, let's just leave that. That shadow quality is crazy, but I love because it got rid of like that like pimple look to the shadows, right? The higher up you go. Not perfect, but all right, let's get out of there. Yeah, that looks nice. We are sacrificing all of the FPS we want to have, but I want to go find some bunnies. You can hear a lot of the ambient noises taking place, which is really cool. Like I said in the beginning here, it's pretty locked down to just the rabbits. But the reason I want to look into this is because so much of ray tracing and people saying, oh, it's not necessary. Oh, they're only thinking of visuals. There we go. And games fake audio. Okay, for all the talk about raster and getting back to pure performance and all that, games fake audio. This demo simulates the audio physically, like what it's doing in the environment and where that sound is coming from. So for example, over here, this rabbit, or these rabbits, these speckles coming off of when it moves, that's all of the trails that they are making in the environment. Now, if I come back to settings, the occlusion ray count, we want to, let's say we want to increase. Let's make it 120, but let's make it like increase here. And then we want to do the ray count increase in the bounce. We're just toggling things around for a bit. And let's do that. So you can hear, see how he just ran through that water over there? Oh, you were making noise behind me. So now the sound is coming off of the tree here. Okay. Let me turn this way. Let me see if I can hear him. Did you just hop in the water? Oh wow, they're all over the place, huh? All right, let's go back to the settings. Wow, that sound like right up on me. This is really cool. Because we're seeing the sound happen in real time rather than it being zones that are pre-calculated. Now, not that that math is bad, but like if you've ever played like a first-person shooter, for example, you're playing Call of Duty, you're like, oh, you seen the amount of streamers that complain because someone snuck up on them and because the audio didn't go through. There's a host of reasons for that, especially online. But mainly it's an error in the calculation. So the audio is like far more... What the... Okay, now what happens if we change these back? Oh, let's change nummy again. Let's just reset this back. Oh, I didn't. Let me show this really quick while I'm over here trying to fix the audio back. That setting we were talking about before, water reflections. So you see what I meant? So this is with it off, and this is with it on. And the side note, I really like this. You know, there's so much focus on photorealism in reflections and puddles and water and stuff, but like every reflection is not crystal clear or perfect. So it's kind of funny that that's like the goal when nature does not make water look like that all the time. Oh, I just caught that? Okay. No need to whack it. Whoa. No sound from the log. Okay. That'd have been cool. I guess it doesn't have any interaction to it. But I do. Nice ambient noise in the background. We just got to get to where the rabbits were because I think they changed how the FPS behaved. Come on, bunnies. Sounds like I'm in a hallway. How far can I zoom out? Oh wow, you can keep going, huh? Dang, it's pretty wild. Where are the bunny rabbits? Dude, that's nuts that this game can pull back like this. Where's the character? That's funny that you can zoom out like that and still hear relative to the person. Where are you, little bunny rabbits? You're the only thing that has visualization. Is that a house? What the? How did I not see that? All right, let's go over here. I hear like a waterfall. Okay, it's pretty empty. I would love to test this by like putting rugs down and stuff like that too. Okay. Then the sound from out here is pretty cool. Once you come back, let's go in for a second. Oh wow. Like completely cuts off. Now I wonder if that affects, hold on. Let's see. Let's do the reverb. There we go. We found it. So, oh wow. When we take this all the way down, the audio just comes through. Let's say we put this at like 115, right? We can't hear anything outside. In here, it makes more sense because, yeah, we've come indoors. Oh, this is nice. All right, hold up. One seems to like break most things. Okay, let's try that. Okay, permeation isn't really affected by this, of course. I wonder if we go outside. Okay, and let's change. Out here is much more difficult. Yeah, it's actually almost not affected out here. It's just whatever the background noise is. But we did discover what. Yeah, we just hear it. We don't hear it at all over here because of the glass. Oh shoot. Then we heard. That's so cool. All right, so I figured out some things on what to play with. This is pretty cool though. Like that's just like the audio as it actually is. Dang. Because you know, most games, again, like you said before, are faking audio with zones and curves and presets, but it's actually simulating the sound and it bouncing off of things. I just wish we could see more than just the rabbits. If I drop off of here, am I cool? Okay. It's not one of that. I was just making sure. Apparently we can build things. I don't. What? It said E for fish there. Oh, you want this? Oh, it's actually. Where'd you go? Oh, I got it. Raven meat. F1. There we go. So we got a lot of stats over here, and this is all in milliseconds. The prepare render should be like the warm-up phase for the audio ray tracing. What's that sound? Trying to figure out where things are. The physics update and the animation update. All of this is pretty fast. The shadows are doing the most. The post-processing isn't too bad. The UI isn't doing much. And then you can see the cache and the amount of rays being sent over. And the ray tracing, again, all in milliseconds. So this is doing pretty good work. And like we were saying very early in the video, or I should have said, all of this is pretty fast because audio ray tracing does not have the same compute load as it does for like light and what the graphics card is having to simulate. Let's see the cascade leaf bill. We're gonna have to play around with this some more to get underneath all of these stats. But see how like the cascade leaf bill increased when I got over here? Like in this environment or this zone? Now I wonder if when we mess with the shadow quality, if it changes that at all. Oh yeah. Oh crap. It took it. It went way down. There's probably like a healthy middle here. Yeah, no need to come all the way up here. That's really cool. I like that all of this is like in real time. That's awesome, actually. Max FPS. Let's go to 157. Let's see. Yeah, see now it's not contributing as much. Maybe at most a millisecond, which is a lot. Don't get me in the world of milliseconds, just one on something is pretty heavy, but that's not bad. Where's my FPS? Yeah, see the UI total. Let me 157. Yeah. We need I want to find the rabbits so we can look at the prepare render, if it like how high it climbs. I wish there was a way to spawn them in. There might be, but I have no clue. Where's the water? Because water reflections is showing up somewhere in my field of view. See how this just popped up? There's somewhere in here, this in my field of view that I have not come across yet. Oh, what's that on the ground? Oh, there we go. Let me see if this prepare changes at all. Showing 0.6, 0.5. Where'd it go? Oh. It did do a 0.01 just now? And 0.68? It's not really changing because of the bunny. Oh, he went all the way down here. Come on, man. Cooperate. I think he got far. Your ass back here. 0.4. The compute doesn't really change much either. Okay. Oh, it jumps there by the sound he's making, and now it's like 4. The rays don't change much. That's cool. Hold up, come back. I wonder why it doesn't. Oh, it's like certain areas I'm pointing at. 58%. Oh, that's how many rays are firing off? Let me see. It says spiked. Where are you, bunny rabbit? Alright. In the water, just doing your thing. When they're moving around like that, yeah, no, see, we cranked the settings up on these dudes. I wonder if I can like isolate against them. Yeah, this is so cool too, because it gives an accessibility feature for audio where you can just see sound. But I told it to run at like 157 as the max on the FPS, and as you can see, the ray trace audio isn't hammering away at anything. The CPU idles around, yeah, what we got, so it spiked when I changed the scene of the terrain. 67. Okay, then it corrected itself, and then it went all the way back down to like 10. This is really useful. This is really cool. So anyway, like, I'm gonna go ahead and hop off. I just wanted to like highlight this on the channel because I did a post about it a long time ago about how cool of an idea it would be, and now we get to see some of the fledgling pieces in motion. So we have a future where we don't necessarily just have to keep thinking about ray tracing performance when it comes to visuals. Like, it's cool, but how many of you would care to see ray trace audio? And like, when you hear like a gunshot go off in the game, or hear somebody crouching on rocks and that sort of thing, or they're walking across metal, like, you know exactly where that's coming from, and the material that's associated with it is also reflecting in that game environment. So that's why I wanted to show this on the channel, because ray tracing and the ray counts and all that is not just for visuals. It has a use case in gaming that honestly can work with a GTX 1650, right? It is ray trace audio, but I got more coming down the pipeline. 2026, let's make it right. And I will catch you in the next video. Always ready. Until next time.